And welcome to the celebrated nightly news of Calaveras County. My name's John.
And I'm Kim.
And we thank you for stopping by on a Monday evening.
Happy Monday.
And we'd like to thank our sponsor for tonight is, for our title sponsor, we'll have additional ones as well, but our title sponsor tonight is First Impressions Dentistry in Arnold.
Dr. Shannon Russell.
Where they can do all kinds of great things to make your smile bright.
They are a wonderful, wonderful staff.
Yes.
Dentist and staff both.
Yes, definitely.
Very friendly.
We'd like to thank you very much. So if you need dental care, did you have your soda back here?
No, it's not mine. It's yours.
It's not. It's mine. Oh, she's not admitting it. But one of the things, if you've been married like 15 years, there's the peculiarities of the relationship, and one of them is, in the age of.
I'm not here to say this right.
Yeah, well, I guess I'm from Oklahoma, so I can. My dad was, so I wasn't born, so I guess we need to stop every once in a while and get Okie sodas.
That was quite an Okie size, because usually they're bigger than that.
Oh, they're bigger than
John
that.
Gets
You like the
usually
Mondo.
the gallon size. Those are the Okie sodas, yes.
All right. And yes, our unpaid product sponsor tonight is Diet Coke for their product placement tonight. But anyway, we thank you for stopping by. We hope you had a great weekend. So what'd you do this weekend, Kim? Where'd you go?
Not really anywhere, John. Where'd you go? I kind of hung out in Bear Valley with our son.
Now, you're saying if you're watching this and you have a child that skis or does sports, you tend to follow what they do around,
yeah, usually you do. And I didn't realize it was going to be so much. Did you?
No.
It's every weekend, sometimes during the week. It requires a lot of time and patience and a lot of money.
It does.
Yes. It's either that or groceries, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So what are you working on over there, Parks and Rec?
I just got an email from Mary Boblette. They will be having a Parks and Recreation meeting, actually Wednesday, for District 3. For a public meeting. Anyone interested?
Prop 40 funds and that kind of stuff?
Anyone interested in the future of the parks and other recreation facilities and activities in Calaveras County are invited to attend a meeting at the Avery Middle School on Wednesday evening, the 11th, 6 p.m. Posted signs will provide directions to the reserved classroom. For this meeting, the Commission is particularly interested in the opinions of the people who reside in Dorrington, Arnold, Avery, Hathaway Pines, Forest Meadows, and surrounding lands.
So they want our opinion?
Yes, they do. They want our opinion.
They probably wouldn't want my opinion.
So I just got that in. So
all right.
Anyway.
Well, it was a busy weekend.
It was very snowy. Got lots of snow up in Bear Valley this weekend.
It was a snowy weekend.
The roads are very slick, so be very, very careful.
And I also want to say they're still cleaning up the last remains of an accident that happened on Lower Moran Road in the Avery area. There was a big rig that went off the side.
We haven't heard about any injuries yet or anything, though. So.
It does. Additionally, I know they're still clean.
From one of our viewers, they said there was 2 tow trucks on scene. That's all they mentioned. So,
and usually how these works, it's still showing. So that means they're still on there. But
it looks like the eastbound lane is still being blocked by fire. There could possibly be a party trapped in the delivery vehicle. At 7:03, there was an ambulance responding, but when somebody drove by at 8:45, one of our viewers had emailed us, said that he saw 2 tow trucks attached to the truck, but they weren't pulling the truck up yet. So that's all we know so far. Right.
Now it was.
Be careful; it's icy out there. It's icy and cold.
They had an explosive time over in Tuolumne County, didn't they?
Over the weekend.
And this is the one you were following. So tell us what happened over there, Kim.
You see, yesterday in the Junction Shopping Center over in Sonora, they found what could have possibly been a pipe bomb. Not some stuff we normally hear about in our area. And I don't want my whole body to show.
Well, it's blocking but it's showing up on that thing. Okay. All right. Excuse me.
I didn't have much prep time before the show, so anyway. So let me see what happened yesterday. Let me find that. It was yesterday, so I need to scroll down a little bit.
Yeah, on approximately 2:50 p.m., Tuolumne County Sheriff's Deputy Will Healy was flagged down by a citizen in the Junction Shopping Center parking lot. The citizen located a suspicious device in the parking lot near the Gottschalks and McDonald's.
He noticed the device looked similar to a pipe bomb. The device was a metal pipe sealed at both ends. The pipe was approximately 1 inch in diameter and approximately 8 inches long. The area was immediately secured and a safety parameter was established. Field Operations Commander Lieutenant Daniel Bressler assumed command over the scene and requested Calaveras County Sheriff's Office Bomb Unit. Calaveras County detonated the device.
They blew it
There
up.
was too many D's there in place, and rendered it safe. At this time, it is unknown who left the device.
So I guess there wasn't a note with it that says I left
no,
this here?
There was no note. No. So that's kind of some interesting news over in the Tuolumne County side.
And also, the interesting thing, a story from the Enterprise was talking about there was a Marine helicopter that had to make an unscheduled stop at the Calaveras County Airport. So while they had to sit there on the tarmac for a while a transmission was flown in from Reno.
Okay.
So
wow,
that was, but it's not often you see a big old Huey parked on the
not
tarmac
often.
here.
Not often.
Probably not often enough.
No. We have a new columnist. We have got new columnists coming
we
out.
just got all kinds of stuff
coming out the
going
ears
on.
lately, don't we? We have a new weekend warrior, Andrea Silva. We'll be doing a weekend kind of an entertainment on a budget column for us every Thursday.
Well, there's nobody on a budget in the audience now, is there?
Not at all. She tells you, what to do from zero to splurge, I guess. What are her picks for the weekend? We also have a new reviewer, Noella S. Eastlake. We'd like to thank her. She's going to be going out and about and doing reviews for us.
Yes, and also
her column is called the Standing O for Standing Ovation.
Standing Ovation, because we also
Yes.
want to make this to where, it's a small community, and yes, we want to have unbiased reviews, but we don't want to just tear people up.
No. I told her she couldn't, because I've seen some where they tear them apart, and you know what? Those people on stage are working hard. It's all volunteer hours, and I told her she can't do that. So we have to be nice. We're nice here at the Pine Tree normally.
Yeah. Well, maybe. Maybe not to each other.
Maybe not to each other, but we try to be nice.
Just kidding.
Barack Obama held his first press conference this evening. I am waiting for the video so I can upload it. It's not up on the White House Gov website yet, so as soon as it's ready, I will have it up on our site for in case if any of you missed it. I was just up there momentarily a few minutes ago, and it wasn't up yet, ready to put up. So he was obviously talking on the stimulus package. It needs to get passed.
Yeah.
Where do you think that's headed?
Don't know. It'll probably pass. But I think some of the numbers that are coming out are just staggering. For example, it looks like the government's on the hook now for, 5 point some trillion or some ungodly amount. And one of the things is it basically would pay off 90% of the mortgages in the U.S.
If this stimulus package did
Went
pass.
to do that. Yeah. No, I mean, that's not saying it will, but that's just the amount of money.
No, they're not going to use that to pay that off, but it could.
No.
It could pay off every loan in the U.S., she said, every house,
About 90% of them.
and give everybody, $1,400?
Oh, so
Every living being.
what was that? I gotta find that again. That was pretty interesting. Yeah, let's see. It was. Where was that? Let's see. Yeah, and also the interesting things that keep slipping into this bill. There is the National Coordinator of Health Information, and this is something that came out that was really.
What happened, John?
Well, I mean, they want to move to an electronic medical record, which is a good thing. But ostensibly, then also, if there was a health coordinator, it may give them more control and oversight over what things they would allow to be spent on.
Oh, okay.
And because we're hearing some of the commentary today on, for example, if it's an elderly person that required some treatment for basically an age-related illness, they may look at it and say that, well, you don't have too many clock cycles left,
So let's not have that.
So let's not pay for it.
So if that's part of the health plan, then?
Well, there is a position. That's not saying that there was, but there is a position that could start coordinating that kind of stuff. One of the examples they used on a potential downside of something like that is that what happened in Britain several years ago when, for example, there was a new drug for macular degeneration where you would have had to lose the sight in one eye before they would approve the prescription for the other one. So even though if you were but I mean, that's not saying something that would happen here, but but the interesting thing is the pieces are being put in place that would allow that. And one of the little breaking news on the California side is that not a budget yet, but judges are indicating they may order the prison population reduced by 58,000. Okay, so one of the things on the out of the budget mess and everything else.
What are they going to do with these people? Just let them free?
Maybe. I don't know. Federal panel issues tentative ruling in lawsuit brought by the inmates who say overcrowding in state prisons violates their right to adequate health care. A massive inmate release is not likely. A panel of 3 federal judges ruling that overcrowding in state prisons has deprived inmates of their right to adequate health care. Today indicated they would order the state to reduce the population by those in lockup as many as 58,000 people.
Okay. Wow, that's a lot
So
of people.
there will be. It's not the final. Although the order is not final, the U.S. District Court judges Thelton Henderson, Lawrence Carlton, Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals Judge Stephen Reinhardt effectively told the state that it had lost the case and would have to make dramatic changes in the prisons unless it could reach a settlement with the inmates' lawyers.
Okay.
So
So we don't have a budget yet.
the states.
The state
No,
of
not yet.
California doesn't have a budget yet. So
One last little tiny
go
bit
ahead,
on
I'm
this.
sorry.
If you're looking at percentages, you're looking at 58,000. The state's 33 prisons hold a total of 159,000 inmates. So if you're looking at 58,000 reduced, that's looking like almost a third. So
Wow. That's a lot.
just thought that was kind of interesting.
ACPA held a meeting tonight, their monthly meeting at Greenhorn Creek Camps Restaurant. And tonight's speaker was a talk by Mayor Jack Lynch, the future of Angels Camp. Let me see. A talk by Mayor Jack Lynch tonight at Greenhorn Creek. Jack Lynch, in his first speech since being elected mayor of Angels Camp, will talk about how he sees the future of Angels Camp, its opportunities and its challenges, and how the general plan will shape our future. And the new 2009 ACPA Board of Directors will be introduced and sworn in. Victor Claveau attended this meeting for us tonight. It's kind
Yes,
of
he
one
did.
of his first. He actually videoed it for us.
He did.
He did. So he's yes. So,
Cool.
we will have that up hopefully tomorrow.
And one of the things we want to
Thank you,
mention.
Victor, for doing that for us tonight.
Yeah, but one of our long-time advertisers, we want to thank them for Middleton's in the Mark Twain St. Joseph's Shopping Center.
Yes.
This month they are offering up to $750 cash back when you purchase a select stainless steel Frigidaire appliances.
Wow, that's great. And that offer expires on February 28th.
So, you better get going,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. Victor has a nice story here. I know a lot of times we read from our website, but sometimes people don't have time to get to our website.
Yeah.
So, a very nice story yesterday on the educational collaboration between Angels Camp Museum and UC Merced.
That's a pretty cool piece.
It
That's
is
a nice piece.
Very nice piece. Literature professor Greg Campfield, along with 20 UC Merced students, met with Angels Camp Museum administrator Bob Rogers to explore the feasibility of conducting a joint educational venture that will educate the UC students and benefit visitors to the museum for years to come. The idea is to incorporate the ideas, wit, wisdom, and writings of Samuel Langhorne Clemens.
Mark Twain.
Yes, better known by the pen name Mark Twain. Museum exhibits. So this ought to be interesting. If they make this happen, I think. So another nice article, and we had the very large turnout for the 26th annual Calaveras County Junior Livestock Boosters Dinner Dance. Over 850 people.
Now, for those of you...
That has to be one of the biggest
It's
dinner
huge.
dances in the
you
area.
go that, it's just packed. And the other thing is, for those of you who don't like Calaveras County, small town, small population. For those of you who don't know, the livestock program, the Calaveras County Fair, routinely outperforms the one at the state fair. Everything. It's one of the most successful livestock 4-H programs of any fair in the state.
Yes.
Pretty amazing.
We also had the academic decathlon.
The old decathlon.
Is
The
that how you say
academic
it?
decathlon.
Decathlon. And it looks like this year Somerville High School won the decathlon, accumulating 35,378 points throughout the whole competition. Congratulations. This was the 27th annual regional decathlon competition at Bret Harte High School. The schools included Bret Harte, Mountain Oak, Somerville. It's a national scholastic competition for high school students. Was created to provide opportunities for students to experience the challenges of rigorous team and individual academic competition. Something I would not do well at.
No?
No, I get nervous with stuff like
And
that.
also, I think we should have swapped stories here.
Oh, and you want to talk about Girls' Night Out?
Well, it was the next one I saw
There's
there.
some
Now they had
pretty girls there.
The Night to Express Yourself was Girls' Night Out 2009, the second annual. More than 150 women participated in the second annual Girls' Night Out, a night to express yourself, at Ironstone Vineyards on Friday night. The annual event benefited the Calaveras Crisis Center in San Andreas after being escorted to the champagne and cheese reception with Chef James. I did see him there.
Yes, I saw him there too.
I
bet he was enjoying himself. With
taste
all
of delicious hors d'oeuvres, wine, chocolate, and desserts.
Yes.
A fabulous Express Yourself photo booth was set up to take photos with girlfriends in beautiful hats and bows from the Sierra Repertory Theater. And then women from all over California participated in a fashion show, shopping, learning about wine tasting, got ideas of a new hairdo, tips on a new hairdo.
I need some help.
Self-fitness programs, so it was very nice.
Thank you, Hannah,
and there's some really cool photos up there if you want to see some of those photos of the
gals in action.
Gals in action for the fashion show.
Yes.
Right?
We also have the Board of Supervisors meeting tomorrow. They're back in action. The Fab Five are back in action.
Now, this one will be a busy meeting.
It is going to be busy. And why is that, John?
Well, if you follow this stuff for a while, there's some of these things that you show them, they start showing up on the agenda, and you know they're important, you know they need to be done, but it's like, oh, not again. Tomorrow is CDBG Block Grant Day. Now, if you are following this, it's the Community Development Block Grants. So, well, let's hit the agenda here and run down it. Okay. Let's see.
Okay, I'm sorry, I just have the top agenda there, but
yeah. So it's the old.
There will be a public hearing to consider public comment for the 0910 Community Development Block Grant Program.
So basically, you have all the different departments and various other entities showing up and begging for money.
Yes.
And trying to justify why they need those funds.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
And also an interesting note on that. Anyway. A little rundown on there. So they're going to have, and also some talking about some traffic issues in the Valley Springs area, about various traffic control devices along Daphne Street in Valley Springs, and authorization payment of mileage expenses for Mr. Miller.
I saw that. I think that was
$5,550.
That's a lot of money, though, for mileage
reimbursement.
I saw
that.
I'm like, wow.
He has been a busy guy. So.
A public hearing and possible action regarding amendment to the county's program income reuse plan and allocation for program income funds by CalWorks. The Department of Agriculture will have discussion regarding agricultural and forestry element to the general plan update. And
we talked to Scott Plan, who is the part of Calaveras Grown as well, and this will be basically the ag element to the general plan update. Okay. So there will probably a nice presentation. You'll see many people. Ken Churches will be there tomorrow. Different the ag.
Okay. The mid-year financial report will be discussed.
Did I interrupt you?
No, I'm reading what I have on my screen too.
Oh, okay.
Discussion on National Forest Counties and Schools Coalition regarding economic stimulus package. That looks like the biggest thing.
Another thing I know, the chamber is submitted a letter to the supervisors, and they will be on hand to make a formal presentation or request for. One of the things is, and this is a project being spearheaded by one of the chamber board members. It's a basically Tuolumne County has done something similar to where theirs is more of a marketing piece, but for a Calaveras County profile. Because one of the things that has been lacking on economic development outreach efforts for the county is there hasn't been a central document or central place where people who are looking at investing in the county or moving a business here could find everything they needed. For example, demographic, educational, all this stuff. There's bits and pieces scattered around. But one of the nice things is they want to be able to assemble this stuff in one place, have it available as a web product, but also have it to where if somebody's making a request, you would have a packet to send them on information about the county.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
One of the things they were looking for is additional help from the county to push this project forward. Okay. And it is needed, and especially in the times we're in right now. So
That's going on tomorrow.
That's
We'll be
going
live
on
streaming
tomorrow.
the meeting for your
We will
viewing
be
pleasure.
back there live, so
9 a.m., 9-ish.
9-ish.
Depends on the weather, right?
9-ish.
9-ish.
And also, we got a press release today from Golden State Cellular. This is kind of a cool one. Now, this is, we know people are kind of curious of where some of those stimulus dollars might go. Well, we'll see.
Okay.
Now, the Rural Cellular Association submitted a congressional letter which was co-authored by Golden State Cellular on the economic stimulus package. And this is one thing that would be near and dear to our hearts, because what it would do, well, we'll just read a little bit from it. The Rural Cellular Association, a national trade association whose members include Golden State Cellular, serve more than 25 million rural customers, today submitted a letter to Congress expressing concern that the ambitious plans of the new administration and Congress to provide wireless broadband service to all Americans, as outlined in the pending economic stimulus package, will fall short of the goals. The RCA urged Congress to modify the broadband stimulus package to ensure that rural Americans would actually receive the intended benefits of the package in a timely, transparent manner. Specifically, the RCA made the following recommendations. In establishing a funding model based on direct grants in lieu of tax credits. In the event that tax credits are authorized through this legislation, such credit basically are trying to get more interest, more revenue, and actual hard dollars there. Provide definitions to the FCC or national for unserved or underserved areas. RCA recommends defining unserved as areas with no access to wireless voice or wireless broadband service, and underserved as areas with limited wireless voice as well as wireless broadband service of less than 1 megabit per second downlink and 200 kilobits per second uplink.
Okay.
So there's other more interesting stuff, and we'll post that up on the site after the new. And let's see.
You know, something we haven't talked about in a while is weather.
Well, there's been a little bit of it going on, hasn't there?
There's going to be a lot of weather this week, all week. Look at this.
Now, one of these things now is because now we can have a little more of a looser format now that we're doing it. So, are you going to be the weather girl?
Yeah. We need
Now,
to have,
where's your
we need-
screen? Now,
Yeah,
where
we
you need to do? Are you going to do?
We need anybody or something to be our weather girl. What do you think?
Well, you wouldn't hear any complaints, but no, you can be just fine to do the news that way.
So.
All right. Well, anyway,
Looks like all week long we're going to have snow in Arnold and rain. It looks like it's going to be snowing in Arnold all week, snowing in Bear Valley all week. It looks
20% chance tomorrow, but then 80.
And
So
then
it
it looks like some rain and snow down in Murphy's on Wednesday. It was snowing down as low as Murphy's today. A little bit of dusting. Wednesday night, rain and snow, and the rest of the week looks like just rain in Murphy's. Let's see if Angels
Well,
can't
we need it.
be getting any snow. Just rain. Looks like just rain and snow all week long.
We need it.
We've already Bear Valley got say a couple feet
Probably so out of this.
overnight, and the accumulation of today.
There was some really people out really enjoying the powder today in Bear Valley. There was some. We saw some shots on the Bear Valley site of people basically waist deep in powder heading down.
Waist deep. Now
Yeah,
that
heading
does not
down-
be fun to me at
heading
all.
down in the heading down the Grizzly Bowl down the
Really?
bottom. Yeah.
The Grizz is open, huh?
Oh yeah.
That would be scary if it was in a, because it was kind of a
So
blizzard
you're
today.
not a powder skier.
No, I'm. It was kind of a whiteout today, wasn't it? A little bit.
Yeah.
And that would be a little scary to go down all the way down. Of course, I've never been down the Grizz, but
You haven't?
I've just heard stories. So
I'm not a powder skier either.
yeah, we get stuck. Our skis
Yeah, we'll
haven't
just
been
have to
wet.
have our son.
Just tell us how
Yeah,
it
to
is.
ski. Yeah, we're gonna tell him whether it was good
He
or
can,
bad.
he can run one of those helmet cams, and he can
Yeah,
tell
there
us
we
how
go.
it went, that whiteout, those
That'll be
whiteout
much easier.
conditions.
Much easier than sending
Yes.
us down it.
So it looks like a lot of precipitation coming our way this week. All week. Looks like all the way through the weekend.
Well, hopefully we can play catch up because I think the last water survey we're about 50, a little under 55, about 55% of normal. So hopefully this will catch us up.
And this Wednesday on this something kind of exciting on the CCWD agenda. I'm assuming this is a Trinitas project, yes?
It
doesn't
is
say it. It
access
says
for the
Mike Nemi.
groundwater monitoring programs for the 4 residential parcels for Mike Nemi et al. Along with Wallace Lake Estates, and more on the agenda for CCWD.
This week, Wednesday at 11 a.m. That should be an interesting meeting. It means they're trying to get water to the. Let me see what it says here. Mike Nemi et al. For access for the groundwater monitoring program for 4 residential parcels. Those are the homes that he wants to build, the villas or whatever they are.
Maybe I'm not for sure. I
I'm
don't know
not for
exactly
sure
which
either.
parcels.
Yeah. Okay. So that's on the agenda for Wednesday. at 9 a.m. I think we're done.
We're done.
It's 10:30.
That's it.
We're
We
done.
talked about UC Merced, all the rest of the stuff. We're going to be tomorrow will be County Government Day, and it will be fun-filled and exciting. No, I'm just. This
and
is
don't forget this week's Saturday's Valentine's Day.
That's true.
Yes, it is. You can't forget that. There's lots of places that are having nice dinners going on.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be talking Valentine's Day in a couple more days, I think.
So what are you going to get me for
something special going
Valentine's Day, Kim?
How about some pants? How about a ski jacket?
How romantic! Yes, because is my choice of clothing a bit to be desired, a little bit to be desired.
Sometimes.
Yeah. All right. We thank you for stopping by.
Thank you.
And we hope you have a good night and drive safe out there
Please
because
be
it
careful.
is slick.
It is very,
It is-
very slick this morning and afternoon and this evening. The roads are very slick, very cold.
And we really don't like posting accident
No, we
reports.
don't. We don't.
Do we?
No, we
No.
don't.
Have a good
Thank
night.
you. Good
Thank
night.
you.